Mike, did you feel like you guys had to force feed the Cowboys into things, and did you ever really get just tired of, like, ESPN right now is running for some reason some 3-part Cowboys series on the season falling short, and I'm like, y'all got playoffs and y'all got the Super Bowl. Did you feel force fed with the Cowboys?
Well, on when I did local in Arizona, obviously you dive more into local teams. Or national, how I described it is kind of you skim the treetops, the big stories, and you stay there and you dive in occasionally. And quite honestly, you know how it is, guys, about ratings. You talk about what rates.
Yep.
The Cowboys rate, the Yankees rate, Notre Dame rates. Good and bad. People hate those entities as well, but they'll listen because they hate them, and then they'll listen because they love them. So that's why the Cowboys get talked about. I know you guys may get sick of it hearing it nationally all the time, but, you can find out ratings pretty quickly about what you're talking about, if it's working or not. So the Cowboys are just kind of that hot-button topic.
What are your thoughts on them? With Mike McCarthy, you got Sean Payton, drama. Is Dan Quinn going to take over? Is Dak the guy? Are they never going to be able to thrive with Jerry here in place? A lot of the same storylines you covered over your career. What do you think of these Cowboys?
Listen, I think it was an underachieving team for the talent that they had. I mean, to lose in that in the postseason in that first game down 23-7, going into the fourth quarter. I mean, I know Tyron Smith was hurt some of the year. Zach Martin at least looked back to playing like his old self a bit. But there's too much talent. Even had the 1-2 punch with Pollard having the year he had. You got receivers, so I thought, and Micah Parsons was a man amongst boys. It was incredible what he did as a rookie, or I should say a boy. Right up there with the man, him being a rookie. So I thought it was an underachieving team, and I think if they don't go further next year, obviously you're going to see changes. Whatever the situation is going to be with McCarthy is going to be gone. Does Quinn have a chance at the job? Does Sean Payton step in, which a lot of people think may happen? But you're definitely going to see that happen. Something happen next year if this team doesn't do more. 'Cause that's the word I would use. I thought it was an underachieving team.
It's interesting you said that because, I think a lot of us think that, maybe they did underachieve this year, but at the same time, this has always been thought of as a very talented team, at least for the last 15 years, very talented overall. And they've always fallen short. And sooner or later, you wonder, are they just overhyped and overrated because of the publicity they get?
Listen, it's possible. I mean, you sit there and match up their talent with other talent, and you could see it matching up, right, with some of the top talent, of the people I just mentioned. So it's why isn't it getting done on the field? And a lot of people certainly will point to a coach. I get it. But as I've always said, the players are the ones on the field trying to execute. The game, you can do game plans. You try and find mismatches. You try and find advantages for your side of the ball. I get all that. But the bottom line is this game is a lot of one-on-one battles. Right? I'm lined up over a guy. Did I beat my guy or did he beat me? And that goes for everybody on the line or them getting off on a linebacker. Who won their matchup? If you get the right win on a certain matchup, your play's successful. If you don't, it's not. So you can have the greatest game plan in the world, but if the players can't execute it, it doesn't matter. Or you can have a horrible game plan, what people may perceive as a horrible game plan, but if you have great players, maybe they can overcome it, not execute a bad game plan. So to me, it still goes to the players on the field who have the ability to actually execute and get the job done.
Mike Golic Sr. here on Shan and RJ on behalf of the Talking Type U campaign. We always have this debate with Micah, and you were a D lineman. Positional value, defensive end these days is more important than linebacker. But they want to use him because he's versatile. Would it be better for the Cowboys just to line up Micah Parsons at DN and have him come after the quarterback and terrorize him every play versus, worrying about stopping the run with some different downs in today's NFL?
No, because he can do both. I mean, if you put him at one, there's a way you can, what do you do with great pass rushing DNs? You run at them, you try and run away from them, you screen over the top of them. You draw him, things like that. Well, if he's playing different positions, you can't get a beat on him. If he's playing in the middle and he's blitzing, where's he blitzing? A gap, B gap, C gap. Is he running a stunt with the D line? I love him on the move. That way you can't get a beat on, okay, if he's lined up at left defensive end, I know where he is. He's either coming outside or he's running a stunt and looping inside. I know exactly where he's going to be. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't be great at that, but he has a special talent to be versatile, be able to move to like a chess piece to where you want him to fit that defensive design. So I have no problem in today's game of versatility. He may be right at the top of the charts from the versatility standpoint.